Your dog does his stool like this. Or maybe so, or maybe this way. Be careful, because what you leave behind every morning is the most honest message your body can send you. If you see those giants with mucus or that change color depending on the day of your dog, is yelling at you about his health that you can't ignore. In this video, we are going to decipher the stool language. We are going to meet through its texture and color. What is really going on inside your body? How the kibble is falling in front of the food. Natural, and what signs warn you of an emergency. Do not pick up your stool again without before watching this video until the end. Let's start! Let's talk first about affordable croquettes. If your dog eats like this, you've probably noticed that he does huge stools. Very bulky, light brown or even half yellowish in color. And at the moment of truth, when it is time to pick them up, are quite soft or fall apart completely. In addition to having an extremely strong and unpleasant odor, what's really going on in there? What happens is that it is consuming a lot of filling. We talk about cereals, poor quality fibers and byproducts. Like your dog's toy is not designed to process all that. His body simply expels him almost completely. In short, it is absorbing very few nutrients. And this is directly reflected on the outside. You will notice an opaque coat, dry and constantly falling off. In addition to a very low energy level, watching a dog, apathetic and without that vital spark. Now we move on to high-end croquettes. Those that are usually more expensive. The story is a little different. Here, you will notice that his stools are darker, quite firm and smaller in size, if you compare them with economic ones. The odor also drops in intensity considerably. This happens because the ingredients they use are easier to assimilation for your organism. Your body achieves better absorb proteins and fats, so they generate less waste. However, there is still a certain level of waste, because at the end of the day, it's still an ultra-processed food. In this case, the difference is also noticeable on the outside. Its coat will be softer with much brighter, and your energy level will be quite more stable and active during the day. Now let's move on to the world of natural food. We start with the raw diet, or the BARF diet. In dogs, who eat this type of food? Stool changes. What you are going to see when you pick them up are these very small ones. Pretty firm, as if they were a hottie. And they have almost no smell. And a very curious detail is that if his food had a good amount of bones, when those stools dry in the sun, turn white and dust. And what is going on inside? Basically, is the most efficient digestion they can have. Your dog is making almost 90% of what he eats. Also, the level of acidity in his stomach is so high that it manages to undo the bones and eliminate bacteria in a completely natural way. And by absorbing so many nutrients, the change on the outside is spectacular. You will see a superb coat, dense and without dandruff. In addition to noticing a pure and vibrant energy, seeing him much more and with better muscle mass. On the other hand, we have the cooked diet. What is the well-balanced homemade food here? The feces you are going to see are super similar to those in the BARF diet, but you will notice a consistency, a little more snooty. Something very normal is que el color will vary greatly depending on the vegetable. On your plate, for example, if you prepared a lot of carrots that day, are going to come out in shades of orange. What happens inside your body with this diet? Is still a very high quality digestion. as the food is. The fiber of the vegetables is processed in a way that is cooked. A little different. But nutrient absorption is still superior to that of any croquette. And this is logically very noticeable on the outside of it. Your skin will be healthy, it's very silky coat, to touch and maintain an energy level. Constant and, throughout the day, without those drops of fatigue. Let's talk. Now from a very frequently made mistake. The famous diet of leftovers from the table or give him food. Unbalanced housewife. If your dog eats this way, what you will find to clean are feces, with totally irregular textures. One day you may notice very hard parts, mixed with other almost magical ones, colors that change all the time, and almost certainly your dog will suffer from a lot of gases. And what is really going on inside? Your system is living under constant stress. You have to take into account that all this excess fat, the salt, and seasonings we use in our own food end up severely irritating his pancreas and injuring the entire lining of its contour. And of course, all this internal mismatch is immediately reflected on the outside. You will see a GR coat, or on the contrary, very reseco without life, and probably with problems of itching or skin. In terms of energy, you will notice an uncomfortable dog with the heavy stomach that feels declined or not wanting to play, simply because your body is struggling with digestion, difficult, and does not receive the pension it really needs. But beyond the diet you choose, there are warning signs you should know. Let's talk about stool, with mucus or a kind of glossy coating. What you see physically is that the poop looks like be wrapped in a transparent cellophane or in a layer of gelatin. What's going on inside? Basically, we are an inflammation of the colon, which we know as a colitis is producing this mucus to try to protect of something that irritated him greatly. It may be due to an abrupt change in your food or the presence of a pathogen. And logically, this discomfort internal immediately manifests itself on the outside. You will notice your dog very down, with energy through the floors, and not wanting to play or walk physically. You may see him a little hunched over by the pain. Abdominal and its coat, even if it does not fall off instantly, can be noticed, bristling or lifeless, due to the same stress and discomfort. General who is feeling his body. Another sign to which you must be very attentive is if you notice white dots, as if they were grains of rice. Physically, you're going to see little white speckles in their stool, and sometimes you can even notice them moving. What this tells us internally? It is not a poorly digested food at all. It is a clear presence of internal parasites such as tapeworms. Is basically an infestation. And of course, this directly affects its exterior. You will notice your dog down, losing energy and weight even if he eats a lot. And their coat will become very opaque and rough because these parasites are stealing all the nutrients he needs to be. Years. In the end, there is something to be very careful with the black and sticky stools, almost as if it were female. Physically, you will notice a very intense black color, a pasty texture, and an unmistakable metallic odor. What does this mean on the inside? Is digested blood. Your dog is warning you that there is a serious problem, either in the stomach or small, and this requires immediate veterinary care. On the outside, the signal is alarming. You will see your dog extremely weak, completely out of power, probably not in the mood to move or eat, and with a coat that looks withered and lifeless overnight, because your body is dealing with a real medical emergency. Now that you can read stool language, never see that ride in the same way again. Reminiscent of a firm, almost odorless little poop. It is not constipation. It's a sign that your dog is making the most of his reputation. Now tell me, what is the strangest change you have noticed in your stool? Of your dog, has any of these happened to you? Tell us about it in the comments. Because your experience helps other owners not to panic. And if you like this video, to better understand your best friend, like and subscribe if you haven't done so. And with